Alright, so Christmas is right around the corner, and after that we get New Year's, and with New Year's we get alcohol, and thus very poor decisions, many of which involving tattoo guns, and I would just like to take you on a tour of some very questionable tattoos. So we all know about the Fender Stratocaster, right? It's that guitar with the three pickups and the whammy bar. Everybody loves this dang guitar, and even if you don't, you at least like the neck pickup. However, would you get the pickups and the whammy bar tattooed on your stomach? Better yet, would you get the pickups and the whammy bar tattooed on the front of your body and then the actual vibrato system that gets covered up on your spine? You know what, let's throw in the pickup selector too, because why not? What do you think about this one? Because there are people in the comments saying that they're enjoying it. I just cannot get on board on it. My taste and then our canvas here, they just do not line up. I will say they did get the placement of everything pretty spot on, so shout out to the artists for doing their homework for this thing. Would any of y'all watching get this tattoo? Because most of the comments under this post saying that they kind of dug this. No shame if you are into this. I just don't. I'm just not into this vision. But I'm definitely not a tattoo connoisseur. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next tattoo. And keeping with the music theme. So this guy has a few Juice WRLD tattoos. And those are pretty normal. But then we get to this most recent one, it seems. Y'all remember that XXX song, Jocelyn Flores, off of that one album, 17? A lot of y'all probably know that song. All the flautists in the high school band that I was in, they were trying to learn the flute part to that song.
So it's like 2 in the morning when I'm editing this, and I decided to listen to the song again, and I realized I got hit with that Mandela effect or something, because there are absolutely no flutes in the song. So yeah, 200 IQ move from me. I think what happened was I saw the flautist in the band trying to learn the vocal melody to Jocelyn Flores, and then the neurons in my brain got crossed, and it conflated the song with Mask Off by Future, which actually does have a flute part that I'm pretty sure I also saw the flautist trying to learn. These songs sound nothing alike. I have absolutely no clue how that happened, but it did. So yeah, my bad.
Anyways, this person wanted to get a tattoo referencing that song. However, the tattoo they decided on, it was just whatever streaming service that they use. I assume it had the pause and then the fast forward and rewind buttons and the little, I don't know what they're called, the scrub bar, and it has the song and artist title above it. What do y'all think about this one? Personally, I feel like the iTunes or whatever menu doesn't do the significance that this song has to this person justice. Because usually when people get tattoos about for songs that they really like, they'll get like the album cover. Granted, the album cover for 17. I can't imagine a tattoo artist that that would want to put this on someone's body. Not because it's a bad album cover or anything, but it's because there's so many details about it. There's all the writing on the paper. There's like two drawings of X or whoever that is. But for this tattoo, maybe you could have used some other piece of X's iconography. I know a lot of people like to get the lyrics of songs tattooed on them. Maybe just a picture of X himself. I'm just spitballing here because I feel like at a tattoo that's supposed to have, it's about a song that has deep personal meaning to you. I feel like the Spotify UI or whatever this is, it kind of cheapens it. But that could very well just be me. I would like to hear y'all's opinions. Alright, moving on. And so, okay, this is one of those times where the person tries to get a face drawn on them, and then so this is who they were going for. This is what they got. Oh no. Now, if I may offer some constructive criticism to the artist here, I can empathize with you. Drawing people's faces is not the easiest thing in the world to do, especially on a person's skin. I can only imagine that complicates the process even further. Now, to any artist watching this video, maybe you're looking for some tips. I don't know why you're here if you are, but welcome. There's a cardinal rule that I like to abide by when I am drawing from reference. It goes something along the lines of, draw what you see, not what you think is there. And we can actually use this image as a bit of a case in point. So you can see about where the dead center of the nostrils, but on the sides of the face, there are these really pronounced lines on the cheeks. They just don't seem to be there in the original photograph. There were also some forehead wrinkles that were added, and I think and then that little, I don't know what it's called, it's like a little indent in people's chin. That's way more pronounced on the tattoo than it is on the original. I feel like these details serve to distance the new drawing from the photograph it's based on. And, now that I'm looking at this more, yeah, that the draw what you say thing does apply. However, another thing that I feel like it's very important for a lot of people who draw need to learn, soft outlines are very much your friend, especially in the lips of people. You can see in the original photo, her lips, they almost blend into the rest of her face because the difference in color is so minute. But on the tattoo, it's a very hard edge. And you can see the very nice gradual shadows of the original image became hard edges on the tattoo, and it adds to that wonky look. So any artist watching this, work on your soft edges. You won't regret it. Trust me. All right, we're moving on. Now, have y'all ever heard of watercolor tattoos? They're exactly what they sound like. They're designed to look like watercolors. You look them up on Google. Honestly, this is very impressive work. I have no idea how you do some of this stuff. Props to whoever does this. Now, the astute observer may have noticed that these tattoos are designed to look like, actual things, unless it's the more abstract, like color washes. And even then, those have like super vibrant colors, so you can tell that it's supposed to look like some sort of abstract painting. Like, these are all fine and good. The problem comes with A, you're being abstract, C, wait, hold on. Gang, if I seem out of it today, that's because I very much am. I have absolutely no idea what is wrong with me, but I feel like I'm functioning about as well as a slug on a Xanax bender today. Anyways, the problem arises when A, you're not following clear shapes, B, the colors are very muted, and C, you're doing this on a person's body, because then you get results like this, where it just looks like this poor woman just got beat up by some mysterious, colorful entity. Actually, you know what it reminds me of? You know in Kirby Superstar, when you swallow that like orange eyeball thing that Heavy Lobster plops onto the ground, and then you get the paint copy ability, and so you just you spray paint everywhere. It's like this lady got caught in the middle of Kirby and Heavy Lobster duking it out. You know what? This is straight up how it looks like when I'm making the thumbnails for these videos, where I make the backgrounds by just going into Krita, using the paint bucket tool on the background, plopping a couple extra colors, and then just smearing the whole thing. Now, full disclosure, y'all, all of these pics have come from the Shitty Tattoos subreddit, and this was the only pic for this particular post. Now, this means maybe this is like a work in progress tattoo, and we're just missing a bunch of stuff, and it'll actually look decent once it's finished. But in my limited knowledge of tattoos, don't they usually do the outlines first and then the colors last? And also, if it is a work in progress tattoo, why would you post this if this wasn't finished? Because it might look good finished, but right now it just looks like this woman got into a bar fight at a warehouse for Jerry's Artorama. You know, I'm making all these jokes right now, but you watch it, be like, I don't know, this girl, like, some of this is just like a scar that she has, and this is how she chose to cover it up, which. Okay, listen, you do you, ma'am. There are probably a lot better tattoos you can use to cover up a scar, but you do you. Anyways, next tattoo. Alright. So we have a woman who wanted some horses on her arm, very nice, very subtle, cool looking tattoo. This is what she wanted, and what she got was this. Every single one of these horses has something unique, just completely screwed up about them. I love it. I mean, I feel bad for her that this is now just tattooed on her body, but I love the horses individually. So the rightmost horse, actually, I think he's the best one of the bunch, even though he still kind of looks like that blanket from the Salvador Dali painting. And also the legs look less like horse legs and more like branches that you just broke off of a tree. And then we move on to the horse in the middle who's busting out like the fourth dimensional stanky leg. Look at the rear legs. One is like curved slightly backwards and the other one is like Ving forwards. And moving on to the front legs, it's like, you know how they drew Timmy Turner's arms in The Fairly Odd Parents when he wasn't doing anything? His arms they would go towards the floor, but the hands would always be parallel to it. That's what this horse is doing almost. And I love how this horse's nose just stops so abruptly. It reminds me of that image where it's a toucan. Somebody photoshops themselves grabbing the toucan's beak, plucking it off, and then there's just a human's face and nose underneath. And then we move on to my poor dude on the left here. What did they do to him? I mean, he's just glorious in every way, but I think my favorite part is the arrow that's emerging from the tail, pointing to this massive growth on his torso. Like, yeah, this is the part that's screwed up. This is the part that needs to be surgically removed. Its face looks like the side profile of a cartoon frog with a mohawk. And I have absolutely no clue what is going on with the legs. We got the front leg looking like a fly's proboscis. We have this one leg in the middle looking like a lightning bolt, and then that other leg, it looks like that video or that image with the bear with the big old tapeworm coming out of its butt, and they're all holding up some sort of almost egg-shaped conical oblong object. It's like the only things that truly let you know it's a horse are the mane, the tail, and the horses right next to it. Everything else is just some sort of hodgepodge of some fever dream animal. Anyways, here's hoping this person can get this tattoo removed or covered up swiftly. And do me a favor, y'all, do not go out and try to find these people or harass the artists or whoever. I don't know what you plan to accomplish by doing that, but you're not going to accomplish it. It's just a genuine waste of time, oxygen, and internet bandwidth. You could do anything else with your time. Go eat ice cream, breathe in some oxygen, take the fattest dump of this month. Just anything would be a better use of your time. Anyways, have a merry whatever you celebrate and vet your tattoo artist profile before you go to them.